So this is a French movie and one of the most highly praised and critically acclaimed movies of last year. However, it only hit theaters around here like 2 days before New Year's, so it was never going to get on my year-end list, so I thought I wouldn't stress it. But then I kinda forgot about it and didn't hear anything about the streaming release. And apparently I missed it by like 2 months, but anyway, here we finally are. And while I was very excited to watch this, I also knew that this was the kind of movie that, well, when it comes to highly regarded movies that are on the slightly more art house side of things, I usually either really like them or I find them incredibly boring. There's not much middle ground for the most part. But I am a fan of period pieces, so I went in cautiously optimistic, expecting to probably like it. But did I? Well, if you've seen the thumbnail, you probably already know the answer to that. Yeah, I liked it a lot. This is a really good film, but at the same time it's kinda mystifying to me. Because it's an incredibly slow and quiet movie with almost nothing going on as far as physical on-screen action goes. Almost everything is just in the dialogue and the subtle interactions between the characters. And for some reason it still manages to be incredibly captivating and not even remotely boring. And I honestly don't know how movies like this pull that kind of thing off. Meanwhile, other movies have so much going on and can't even manage to hold my attention for 90 minutes. But I guess it mostly just comes down to the characters, the writing and the performances. Because there's really not much else that could be what makes movies like this so compelling. And yeah, the character writing is pretty much perfect, as are the performances. I don't think they could have possibly done much better of a job with this one. And when it comes to the actual story, they keep it very bare bones, very simple. Because the story here follows a woman who gets tasked with painting a portrait. But for reasons that will become clear to you if you watch the movie, this particular portrait is not an easy one to paint, and there are some obstacles in the way. And one thing leads to another, and suddenly we have a surprisingly compelling story going on, albeit a very simple one. And because it is such a simple story, I can't really dig into it too much without giving things away. And I feel like I can't even use a 2-word phrase to describe this without getting into spoilers. Although to be fair, it wouldn't really ruin it or anything, but I'm still gonna steer clear of that. Which I guess means I pretty much have to get into the more technical side of things. And I will have to say that this is an extremely well shot movie, and well, especially the way the kind of portrait style close-ups are shot and lit is nothing short of phenomenal. I mean, those shots are mind-bogglingly good looking. So good looking I had to actually rewind a couple of times. Because I don't speak French and I have to read subtitles, but I found myself just staring at the image instead, admiring how beautiful it looked and completely missed what the characters were saying. And as far as period piece lighting goes, I can't really compare this to anything other than Kubrick's Barry Lyndon. And I would even have to go as far as to say that these close-ups are probably better than his. The wide shots, not so much, but believe me, this is not the kind of praise I give a lot of movies. So when it comes to the technical execution here, it's overall very strong. And if I had one complaint about the movie in general, it would probably have to do with the whole storyline with the maid. Now, I didn't actually mind it. It provided a change of pace and a little bit of contrast to the movie. But other than that, I ultimately don't really know what the point was or what purpose it actually served. But yeah, I don't think that would even qualify as a nitpick in a lesser movie. However, does that mean I would actually recommend this thing? Yeah, especially if you like dramas and period pieces, this is an absolute must-see. And if you don't, then maybe skip it, or you can do as you please. After all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel, because that would be fantastic. And if you like, you can also support me on Patreon or PayPal through the links in the description. And as always, I appreciate you and thanks for watching.